This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Saturday, and you know what that means.
I don't know what that means now.
Here's an oldie but goodie. It's Nudie Magazine Day.
Nudie Magazine Day! Nudie Magazine Day!
No. It's podcast day.
We should have said, like, you know what day it is? And then somebody goes, October?
It is podcast day. Welcome to episode 106. Oh yeah, one of them, the Re-nerdening. We're gonna just shoot the shit and talk about all the cool news and stuff that's going on. Yeah, finally got a price for the Xbox.
Boy, did we.
What, $299 for the Series S?
For the Series S and $499 for the X.
Your move, PlayStation.
Enchanté.
Mademoiselle.
No fucking way the PlayStation's anything less than $500.
Yeah, no way.
Fucking
$498.
I think it would. I really want them to do that.
$450,
I really want them to make it $1 less. I would laugh so hard.
Did you see that Price is Right meme?
No.
Where it's
Yeah.
like the Xbox is like $499.
Oh wait, yeah, I did.
And she like writes hers down $498.
So fucking funny.
And it's also, so it hasn't been officially confirmed. We have a thing, like some kind of conference happening, a show happening on Wednesday, the Wednesday that we're recording right now. So it's, you'll hear it by now, but they're talking about, I'm going to guess that's where they're going to announce price and release date and everything, but it's already been leaked. A GameStop in, I think, Australia.
It was
so
an
it's
EB Games in
yeah,
Australia.
EB Games in Australia, which they're pretty much the same thing. But they said that we can pre-order on the 25th of September, and it's being released on November 17th, which is a week after the Xbox comes out. So, interesting stuff. I'm really curious to see how this is going to plan out, and I've talked with Eddie about it, but I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm so over the idea of even getting one of these things this year. I don't want to stress about it.
You don't want to get really one of those when they first come out anyways, because everyone that's gotten like a big console on release day, they always have problems with them.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, I've never been one to buy a new console at release.
I've always waited at least a year.
The only one that I got anywhere close to release really has been the Switch.
We got our Switch day one, and that's the only console that I've ever gotten day one. It's really gonna suck because I have a feeling they're gonna announce that Demon's Souls is gonna be a day one, and that's really gonna suck because I really want to play that game. But I don't know, man. I would rather save my money and just kind of wait for something, because like Spider-Man's cool, but the way that I see it is like, this thing's going to cost a shit ton of money, and then I'm really only going to have enough money to buy one game. And so I got to buy one game to justify this, $500 to $600 console. And
Demon's Souls.
well, if it is, that would be very justifiable.
It's
but I don't know.
probably going to be that fucking Godfall game or whatever.
So
like
that's
the
that's a
flagship.
day one game for them. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about like an exclusive to PlayStation, like Spider-Man or Ratchet and Clank, which are very fine. I'm sure they're going to be really great games, but I just don't really know if they're like day one quality.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. This whole fuckery with the price and pre-orders, and I mean, like PlayStation, you might have had me like fucking 4 months ago, but since you've been dicking around so much with the price and the release date and all this shit, like
that's my exact thing. It's like they just announced, the price and pre-order and stuff for the Xbox, and it's like it's coming out in like less than a month. That's giving people less than a month to scrounge up $500.
And on top of that, their big title isn't even going to be ready.
No,
and then all the stuff on PlayStation's side that you, Cole, just mentioned, like I'm not hyped. I mean, I'm hyped about PlayStation for sure, but like I'm not hyped to buy
There's
anything
not
right
enough.
off the
There's
bat.
not enough time for people like us to get a pre-order ready.
No.
I'm really kind of
Even if they allowed you to pre-order.
I'm really kind of just excited for Cyberpunk at this point. Like, I
Yeah.
really only want that game, but what really sucks is that I don't want to play it on PlayStation. I want to get my PC and I want to play it on my PC. But that's gonna suck not being able to do that. But I don't know. That's pretty much it, man. Like, I popped in Mario Odyssey. Like, I know we're gonna do a Watcha Playin today, but like I've had some of the most fun I've had all year playing Mario Odyssey again, and I don't know what it is, but like just the cathartic nature of that game in our tumultuous times has been really, really nice. But I'm kind of enjoying the idea of just playing some of the games that I already have instead of waiting for the next one. And the next one really is just Cyberpunk. So,
Like, for me, I still feel like the Xbox One and the PS4 still have at least a couple more years of life left in them.
Yeah.
Like I said it in another episode, I don't really feel like it's the time for a next gen console. And yeah, I was talking to Cole about it this week. We were talking about how if I do end up getting a new Xbox, I probably will just stick with the S, because my primary consoles will probably be the Switch and the PlayStation 4.
Dude, I gave Xbox a lot of shit for coming out with that that discless, the one they came out with, you know, the
sad edition.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like
The
looking
dickless.
at this one now, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get that one.
Well, and that's the thing for me. I mean, the S only has like 500 gigs of memory, and really that's all I'm gonna need, because I'll probably only play like the big name titles like Halo.
Really, the only differences are like resolution in these two consoles.
Yeah.
Like they all have almost the exact same specs, except for the Series S will play in 1440p, which is still like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And
That's where
the
we're
other
at
one
right
would be
now.
4K. Yeah.
Like PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, they really only go up to 1440p. Everyone says, you know, like when they say, "Oh, it's 4K," it's not 4K. It's 1440p, which is on the way to 4K, but it's not 4K.
No.
So it's basically the Xbox One S is going to be able to play what an Xbox One X is, which, God, man, Microsoft can. I mean, I'm so done with the naming of these consoles. It's so stupid. Like, and I sound like a crazy person. Like, oh yeah, the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X is not as powerful as the Xbox Series S, which isn't also as powerful as the Xbox One X. And I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm just going in circles at this point.
It's the meme of Charlie doing the conspiracy theory thing.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't really know if this will change your mind, but it seems like it's not as powerful as an Xbox One X, the S variant. So I don't know how you feel, but if you could find one that's like cheaper and just get an Xbox One X, I don't know. Sounds like a good idea.
Well, and then I mean the price drops on the current gen consoles will be
Well, so they're not selling the One X anymore.
what?
Mm-mm. They're fully replacing the One X for the Series S. So I don't know how that would change anybody's minds, but and then there's also been a leak about a Series V,
Oh yeah.
and it's like it's the digital. It's basically just the all digital version of the Series X.
Oh, okay.
So it's black, it's smaller, but it doesn't have a disc tray.
Right.
So, and I've been seeing like everyone got like mock-ups of those consoles. That is a beefy bitch.
Oh, it's huge.
That Xbox Series X, it's huge. It is massive. It's like monolithic, bro. It's
Jeez.
where the hell you're gonna put that thing? I don't know. And then the Series S is just absolutely teeny. Like it almost kind of feels like how the hell can video games run in something that small?
Huh.
And at the same time, like you said, Derek, Halo's not even there.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, there's neither company is giving anyone any reason to just jump out there and snatch it up
Yeah.
immediately. I mean, I'm sure some people are just like super stoked and will regardless,
yeah.
but they're not giving anyone any additional reason who may have been on the fence.
Here's the comparison photos. Just look at how sad Ryan looks.
Yeah.
But I was gonna pull it up to show you, Derek, how fucking big this fucking thing is.
It could be like if you put 3 of them together, it could be like a mini fridge.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, you might as well just PC it at that point.
Like, there's the PS4 and the Switch, and there's the Series X.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering how. That's the big question. Is I want to know how big the PS5 is.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Like, because the way that I see it is that it has to be big enough to have a good enough airflow
Right.
for all these components to stay cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the main thing.
That the X already has that, like, right at the top, though.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna, like, put it in a shelf, that's probably not the best idea.
On top of being so big already as it is. So I'm wondering, like, not so much the first model of the PS4 Pro, but my PS4 Pro that I have now, which is, you know, the newer model, it has a really good way of distributing heat out the back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, the other PlayStations do this as well, but they just don't do it as well. I don't know. It seems like they might have got their head out of their ass with this.
I saw a Hard Time. Did you see that Hard Times article that's going around where it's like PS5 is going to bring back the little slot to hide your weed in from the PS2?
Oh yeah. Oh, what was it? It was the internet thing.
Yeah,
right?
it was
From
like
the
it was
PS2.
where you plug in the network adapter, but if you don't have one, you just open it up. It's just like an empty.
The PS2's over there. We'll have to break it out when we're done recording.
Maybe there's weed in it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It'd probably be my dad's weed. But
So, did you see we have from Netflix confirmed it? They confirmed it at the end of August, but they confirmed that we are getting a Resident Evil series. And so I'll just read you the press release. It's like 2 paragraphs. So, in the first timeline, 14-year-old sisters Jade and Billy Wesker are moved to New Raccoon City, a manufactured corporate town forced on them right as adolescence is in full swing. But the more time they spend there, the more they come to realize that the town is more than it seems, and their father may be concealing dark secrets. Secrets that could destroy the world.
You can't. If you're listening, I'm shaking my head the whole time.
Yeah.
This.
Cut to second timeline. Well over a decade into the future.
Whole decade?
Well over a decade.
Oh.
Almost 2. Anyway, there well over a decade into the future, there are less than 15 million people left on Earth, and more than 6 billion monsters. People and animals infected with the T-virus, of course. Jade, now 30, struggles to survive in this new world while the secrets from her past about her sister, her father, and herself continue to haunt her.
I appreciate that we're maybe getting a little bit more on Wesker, but this just sounds like Wolfenstein: The New Blood over again.
yeah, I want nothing to do with this.
I mean,
I really just wish they weren't doing this at all.
I'll watch it because, you know what? I'm unfamiliar enough with the whole world of Resident Evil that I could probably, if they do a good job, at least of doing their own storytelling and whatever it is they want to do, like, I'll probably still enjoy it because I don't have enough of a frame of reference to go wrong, you know. And so I think it'll be fine as long as they do okay.
Well, we don't know that it's going to be wrong either because it's stuff that it sounds like they're going into more of
Netflix has
Wesker's stuff.
Netflix has a better track record that I want to give them. Like, they're usually pretty good about adaptations. I just think that Resident Evil is so hard to do. If it's not a video game, it's so hard, and you're just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Because, like, those games have this level of camp that people just have a really hard time. Like, in those movies, the movies, the Resident Evil movies, even then, like, they couldn't. There was no way. Like, they went more 28 days later than they went Resident Evil.
They went, like, everywhere. Like, okay, wait, so Alice, okay, hang on, wait, so that's Claire?
Oh,
like,
God.
what the fuck?
Like, the first one's okay. I like the first one. The second one is, like, where it starts to go, like, eh. And then the third one is like, okay, we're no more. No,
Yeah,
you're
like,
gonna
we're
get
just making our own story.
You're gonna get five more. Like, man,
The first one has that iconic laser grid scene,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
No original Resident Evil characters are in that movie, right?
No.
In the first one?
In the first, like, the first movie in the early 2000s. Like,
Claire's
not there.
Claire comes in at Extinction, I think, and then Chris comes in at is he in the last Resident Evil?
He's in the last
Jill's in the second movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't want. It's so hard, and you're just really unless it's its own thing, unless it's its really own great thing.
Mhm.
I really have a hard time seeing anybody really caring about it.
Agreed.
I mean, I'll check it out. Wesker is a cool villain, but he's really not what I really like about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil is more, like I said, it's just it's that authentic camp, like Japanese people, like Japanese Capcom kind of created their own like little level of camp, where it was like Japanese people trying to act like Americans.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to be taken seriously. Like they're dead ass serious, but they know that people are not going to take them seriously. Like there's just something about it that does not translate unless you're playing the game.
Mhm.
You know, like in those truly scary Resident Evil games, there's something special. But there's also something special about those other Resident Evil games that are just so fucking wacky that it's, you know what I mean? Like 4. 4 has some ridiculous shit into it.
Yeah.
You know, 5 has Chris Redfield excessively big. Like the man, dude, the man is too big. I never thought I'd ever say this.
Punching fucking boulders off
You
of
have
cliffs.
the
dude.
man punching the boulders. Like it's ridiculous, but it's fun. It's fun, you know. And I just don't see this going into more or less a movie, way less a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
So
I see the TV show being as well received as Resident Evil 6.
ooh, that's a dark shadow you're casting across that.
That I could be, you know, my foot could be in my mouth when this comes out and it's like really good.
I hope to be wrong.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I want to know like the actors and stuff, what they've done before.
Yeah.
I've gotten really kind of obsessive with that shit where I'm like, okay, I don't want to know who they are because I kind of want to know like
Oh, like what character they play, you mean? Or...
no. So like
Oh.
I want to know the actual like real life person who's
Right.
playing
You
it.
know-
So like the Wesker's kids are not a thing
Mhm.
in the games.
In any of them, no.
So it's like we didn't even know.
Right.
Like
We
these
didn't
are,
even know that Wesker could fuck.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a weird bald shit
Oh,
down there. I don't
eunuch.
know.
an,
He's like a Ken doll.
amorphous bunch of pixels.
I don't know. Wesker's just such a weird character to frame this all around. Like,
Yeah.
if they would have said, "Hey," and you know, I could be totally different on this. Like in an alternate universe where they announce what I actually want, I could be sitting here screaming like, "I don't want it!" But like, I kind of wanted them to just be like, "Hey, this one's about Chris Redfield."
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know, like in RE2, how they're talking about how he went away, and obviously, you know, if you're following like the timeline of the games, you know that he went away to become a part of like the BSAA,
Mhm.
and then all the stuff happened with Resident Evil 5 and all this shit. I don't know. I just kind of feel like it would have been really cool to see like, you know,
That transition.
I think
transition.
that, and I've thought about like different people that I would like to see play people in like actual adaptations, and I think like before he died, Paul Walker would have been a really cool Chris Redfield.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if especially because he reminded me in Resident Evil 5 like of just like a bigger like buffer Paul Walker.
Mhm.
Like that's exactly who he reminded me of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not waiting with bated breath for this thing, but I'm morbidly curious.
Yeah. It could be cool, or it could be a complete train wreck. Either way will be very entertaining.
Yeah.
I hope they
see-
double down on the scary. Because
Me
I feel
too.
like that's the strongest aspect of something
Yeah.
that is like cinematic for Resident Evil is like the
Right.
real scary shit.
Which is what made the first two movies good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The third movie, like, just kind of was just like, fuck it, we're just killing zombies.
Yeah, it was just more action.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of multiple sequels and lots of action,
God damn it.
Now here we go.
Angela-
here we go.
Angela's prophecy has come to life.
Ugh.
Fast and
Truly
Furious
This truly is the end of times.
It is.
in
Fuck.
space.
Fuck you, 2020.
I didn't tell you guys that I can see the future.
Fast and Furious in space. I don't care what it's about. I'm gonna watch it.
So I'm not saying I want to know, but when do I die?
I can't tell you that.
It's against foreteller's code.
So, anyways, next topic.
We're getting a huge Mario party.
Yeah. Yeah, for lack of a better term, yeah. It's the 35th anniversary of Super Mario, and we got quite a few announcements. Got a Super Mario Battle Royale.
A limited time release Super Mario Battle Royale.
Really? So you can only play it for a little bit?
You can only play it until March of next year.
So is that
What?
only play it or only buy it?
Only play it. It is a free game.
Okay.
So think Tetris 99, but Mario 35.
I love it. I think it's a great idea, and I can't wait to see how good or how bad I am at it. Because it is just World 1-1, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so it's just how fast you can get the first level of Mario done.
But you can also sabotage other
that's
players'
cool.
games.
That's cool. How?
But
We also got the AR racing game, which is tailored towards people that have 3,800 square feet living rooms.
I think it's really cool.
It's a cool idea.
I think it is really cool. It's super, super expensive. So one racer is $100, but it comes with it comes with the actual RC car, and then it comes with like a bunch of different flag posts, so you can make your own levels around your room. And you play it on the Switch, which I thought was really cool. So it is a Switch game. So you download I'm gonna guess it comes with a code or something. It can't be a cartridge. I doubt it.
yeah.
But it's it comes with an actual game, and then it's just AR.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you on the screen, it is
the camera's right behind you, like your racer's head.
yeah.
and
So
then-
it's like
Okay.
it comes up behind.
So
and it's
then
like
you're
on top of
playing- you're-
Mario's head.
Driving on the game, and it in turn is controlling the racer.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it can
Dude.
see everything because
That
it's
is
got a little
very
sensor on the front, I
interesting.
think.
Yeah, it is cool as shit.
That is
you
cool.
can make your own tracks and everything.
Yeah.
So just around, downstairs, for example, right?
Right.
We have that big support pillar that separates the living room from
Right.
the kitchen, right? We can
Uh-huh.
make a track all the way around right there.
That's fucking cool.
And it's really cool, too, because it throws other players in the mix. There's also a Luigi one, too. Knowing the douchebag that I am, I'd have to have both.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to have both. But, so you can, items are still a thing in the game. So, you could throw a tortoiseshell at one of the other racers,
Awesome.
at the racer that you're playing as, and it will stop your cart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll
Yes.
stop
so
the
it disables your cart
Yeah.
for a time period.
Yep. And
That is cool as
and
shit.
the Inky Blast is still there too. So
damn.
dude, it's really, really
That
cool.
is
My
fucking
my
rad.
joke was referring to the trailer and the direct of how they're playing in this 3,400 square foot living room because they have all this room and they're making this
Oh, yeah.
gigantic course, and I'm like,
Because that's totally real life for
Yeah.
everyone.
but I mean they had to have a way to show
Right.
what you can do.
Oh, yeah,
But
of course.
Oh, it's super cool. I love everything about it,
So,
except for the price.
so this last week, we also found that Rusev has gone on over to AEW. He is now known as Miro, and I guess he's
Mark,
no, I guess he's gonna be Kip Sabian's best man because he's getting married and all that jazz. But yeah, I mean, good for him. Good for him.
I don't
WWE.
know too much about. I haven't really watched a lot of AEW, but I have been catching up on Raw and stuff because it's more bearable for me to watch now
Yeah.
Right.
because they do have a crowd and everything. But
iPads.
Well, so,
I just want to mention how fucking cool the Sunset Bomb through the ropes on Murphy was.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
yes.
Speaking of trades, they traded Mandy Rose to Raw last night.
Yeah. So
It's
for
like I like to see
Rusev,
her Raw.
for people that may not remember, I mean, when WWE signed him, he was one of those, for the first year of his career was just the unbeatable powerhouse that just victimized everyone. And then after that, they were like, all right, enough of that.
Buried.
Yeah. And it ever since, especially the last couple of years,
You want a wife?
yeah, especially the last couple of years, he has just either been nothing but a really sad gimmick or not seen at all.
Yeah.
So it's good for him.
When he showed up in AEW, the first words out of his mouth were shots on WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, now I'm here, not in a place where there's an unattainable brass ring that just dangles above you. And he goes, my name is Miro. I am the best man, and I'm all elite.
It reminds me of, because I have been, like, binging the fuck out of The Dark Side of the Ring. Like, that is one of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen. And it just reminds me of when Bret Hart got fucked over and his last match, as it ended, he just wrote WCW in the air and he was gone. And I was like, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And like, I don't know, Vince doesn't seem to give a shit. I mean, he'll see a guy fall from the top of the arena, die in the ring, and continue the pay-per-view. I mean, that's like not even they didn't even call timeout.
I remember
let's figure out what happened.
That was back when
They
I had
just moved
to
right on.
ask my parents for pay-per-views because I was a kid and they cost like $80 a piece.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 more Mario things. We had the weird Game & Watch announcement.
Oh,
where they're
yeah.
bringing back the Game & Watch just for... So it looks like it's the entire game of Mario 1. So Super Mario Brothers, and then there's also Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, and which was Japanese exclusive, I think, for a long time.
Yeah.
Until rather recently, in the last couple years. And then there's also... Because like a Game & Watch was a game and a watch.
I actually had one as a kid.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's they have like an interactive clock in it, so like you're like breaking the like you're like the time is spelled out in Mario blocks and you would hit the blocks and everything. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of a
the original one that I had was maybe like this big, and it was it had like I think the control pad and then a button.
Yeah.
That, like, you could jump with, and it played a lot like those old like Tiger Electronic games where you just kind of like if you've ever seen Game & Watch in Smash Brothers, like that's how you moved in the game.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a clock that you could like prop up.
Yeah. And then I think the biggest announcement of that entire direct, which was a total surprise, it was just like, it was leaked. Obviously, it was like, oh, rumors of a direct happening this week. But the most pleasant and probably the biggest surprise is the fact that they are bringing Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all to the Switch, all in one triple threat package, which is really, really, really cool and exactly what 2020 needs right now.
Dude, Mario 64 was always one of my favorites.
And I'll tell you what, it still holds up.
It does. I mean, I bought a 64 a couple years ago, and
it's just so crazy, man. It's so crazy. And like the other cool thing is that most of these games were stranded on the platform that they were on. Like, I don't know, was 64 part of the Wii U? I know nobody in here owned a Wii U, but I'm pretty sure there might have been an option where you could do like the virtual console and you could buy 64 on the Wii U. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But Sunshine and Galaxy were both stranded on their individual consoles. Sunshine on GameCube and Galaxy on Wii. So, God.
I never played either one of those, so I'm excited.
Sunshine is a blast, man. That game is so much fun. And Galaxy is, I'm sorry, it's one of the greatest games ever made. So, it's fantastic to have all of them, and it's only a $60 price tag for 3 incredibly big games. So, I mean, if you just, rush to the end, then yeah, they're not, super long. But, I mean, that's what Mario is in 3D form, is it's a collectathon.
Mario 64 was a very long game, if I remember right.
Well, keep in mind that it's probably, as a kid. Because I remember playing that game for hours, but I was also running around in circles.
Well, yeah. I mean, even so, it's still pretty long. I mean, because
it's a beefy game.
You've got all of those different stars you can collect for every single level.
150.
So it is actually pretty long, and some of them are really, even as an adult, not that easy.
Dude. No,
Some
not
of them
at
are a
all.
little fucking tricky.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. We were able to get the physical editions, which is like totally sold out right now. So
I got mine.
yeah, like don't forget, like make sure you got money in your account.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause holy hell, I'm like stressing over it. I'm like, shit, I need to go put money in my account tomorrow. But yeah, I saw that announcement and I'm like, God, that's what 2020 needs right now, is just a nice, relaxing game like Mario. And it's just like, it's colorful, the music is fantastic, you know, you're playing as an upbeat dude. Like, it's exactly what we need right now.
We should also mention that it is a limited time release.
Yeah, so we gotta talk about this. So, obviously limited in the physical cartridge, because I don't... I bet they'll make like 2 or 3 batches of this, and that's it. Because I bet they're gonna want to get in on Christmas. Like, they're gonna see like a big uptick in sales for this game during Christmas. But they're only doing a release for this game, physical and digital, until, what was it, March 11th?
I think it's it's literally just
It's
the end
March.
of the quarter.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
That's
a
all they're
quarterly
doing.
thing.
And then after that, too bad, so sad, fucker. You can't buy it anymore.
That's wild.
I can't for the life of me figure out why. Why would they do that? Unless there was like a bigger package on the horizon.
Maybe.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, either that or maybe they go, you know what, people are going to want this for nostalgic reasons, but it's not going to be something that, like, 5 years down the road is going to be worth, having still available.
And these aren't.
I don't know.
And these aren't like remastered ones either,
Nope,
right?
they're just straight up. Well, I mean,
They're upscaled.
they're upscaled, but it's more port than it is remastered.
Yeah.
Like 64 looks good, even though they couldn't get rid of those fucking black bars. It's an original
Ratio.
so it's 16 by 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is that what we have now?
That's what we have now.
So
it's-
14 by 3.
Yeah. So they've got those big ugly black bars on the side, which doesn't bode well if you're playing this thing on handheld. Like if you're playing it, unless you're playing it on TV, like it's gonna look even smaller than it is. You know what I mean? And they're also saying that the Wiimote function for Galaxy is basically going to be mimicked on the Joy-Cons. I will believe it when I see it. I don't think that is even possible. I think that it would probably have been a wiser idea to just incorporate some other kind of way to collect those stars. I don't know. Or the star bits, I guess, is what they are in the game. It's really interesting. And yeah, there is like the upscaling and all this shit, as much as you can upscale a game like that for Switch.
Yeah.
But
So my thought will probably be that they release these and do that limited release till the end of the quarter, and then the following year bring like an all, because you know how they have that like Super Mario fucking fuck your mother pack that's just like all the games that they can put on the Switch, and
And he will too, because he's a plumber. If your dad's not around,
Yeah.
you know,
Thanks
Yeah.
for plumbing.
so I think they'll add those to
He
like
likes pipes, if you
he
will.
does.
Yeah.
Lay some pipe.
He does.
So I think they'll put all of those in one big package and then maybe throw in all of them remastered.
See, but the only thing that throws a wrench in that idea is the whole idea of Galaxy 2. Because you're sitting here thinking like, okay, in terms of 3D
Yeah,
Mario,
why didn't they include Galaxy 2?
I think it's for a slightly nefarious proposition.
They're
I think
gonna port it over as its own game.
and they're gonna sell just Galaxy 2 for $60.
Jesus.
I don't know why else. Like, why else can they put Galaxy 2 on that cartridge? That doesn't make any sense. Like, and again, like if you're gonna come at me with that bullshit excuse of like, oh, it wouldn't fit, they put The Witcher 3 on the Switch. You know?
With both DLC, which by themselves are full games.
So it's like, if you're thinking 3D Marios, you're thinking Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 2, and Odyssey, right?
Mm.
So now we literally only have one 3D Mario game that's not available on the Switch, therefore leading me to, they've got to give it to us somehow. They're going to package it as a whole big deal and maybe add DLC or something. I don't know. They might add something to sweeten the deal, but it's really interesting to see like what they're gonna do, because that's the omission that's making me like
Right.
go crazy thinking about what the hell they're gonna do.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, maybe they're gonna release another package that has Galaxy 2 in it, and I'm like, I doubt it.
They're also bringing over. Which one is it?
Oh, Super Mario 3D Land.
And
So it's got its own DLC that's like Bowser's Fury. It's like a
Yeah.
new thing that wasn't in the 3DS or the Wii U version of that
Yeah.
game.
so they're porting that game over and adding a little
Lots
bit
of Mario.
content.
I was reading through articles before we started recording, and I found one that makes me happy. So, I think the Borderlands 3, I think they put out all their DLC. I haven't played the last two, but Borderlands 3 owners now will get a copy for free on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Wow.
That's rad.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be, like, if they're going to give you all the DLC with it, but
What's the name of the DLC that's just coming out?
So there's one,
It's a funny name.
it's like, it's something to do with Krieg, who is a psycho from Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
He was a character that you could play as. It's called, like, the something, Fustercluck or something like that. It's
Yeah,
a
the
play on the word
fantastic
clusterfuck.
Yeah.
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 Flustercuck.
But all the DLC I've played so far for this game has been incredible. There's one, the one that I'm playing through right now is you go to a different planet and Jacob and Hammerlock are getting married, which I think is fantastic.
That's cool.
And it's, you like are dealing with this weird cult. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Prince of Persia's getting a remake and it looks like dog shit.
Okay, but I played that game on the Wii.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
I don't doubt it's a good game, but it looks like really bad. If y'all want to make jokes about Halo Infinite looking like a fucking 360 game, that game looks real bad. Like really, like you should be ashamed of yourself bad.
So like Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Not unlike
Right.
Halo Infinite.
Psycho Craig and the Fantastic Fustercluck. That's
Yeah.
the name of it.
Kingdoms of Amalur got re-released.
There you go,
remember that
Moifa.
game?
Leave us alone.
I've
heard it's good.
Remember the story behind that game?
No.
So
I know it's a THQ game.
so
They got like no attention at all, even though it was really good.
so there was a. It's so bizarre. There was a former MLB player named Kurt Schilling, like left the MLB and was just like, I'm gonna develop video games.
No shit.
Yeah. So he had this game, and it's a great game. Like it's very under the radar, but he made this game, and he borrowed like a shit ton of money from like I think the state of Rhode Island,
Yeah.
and then the game went nowhere, and he went bankrupt, and they were just like, "Where's our money?" And he's like,
I
"Sorry."
love it.
Yeah. So he just fucked them all over.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, it's a fun game. I kind of want to see. They've got a review of it's Kingdom. So the game's Kingdoms of Amalur: The Reckoning. This is called Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning.
Nice.
I've heard wonderful things. Like I've actually been told that that's like one of the most underrated games,
It's
really of all time.
I have it on my PC, and it's really, really it's just an all-around fun game. It's got the kind of Fable-ish graphics.
Yeah,
It's just really fun
and
though.
it looked like a action type role playing game.
Yeah, so you've got your spells. You're kind of running around, and you can lock on and like move side to side, and you just attack.
Walking Dead is ending.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking finally.
Thank goodness.
I'm rewatching it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Does it hold
What
up?
are you up to?
It's holding up right now. I'm on season 5 right now.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
It's holding up all the way to there.
Yeah, like right now, like that's what's keeping my attention right now. But
where was the again?
around season
Around-
6,
Okay.
close to 7,
Okay.
which is where I fell off.
That's pretty much where I fell off too.
Yeah, we fell off like the episode before Negan killed.
Glenn.
I wasn't gonna spoil it.
Oh,
But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, come on. It's
It's been years.
You had plenty of time.
The last thing I remember
spoiler-filled cast.
is the one guy, Bob, getting his leg cut off and they ate it, but
And
it
he's
turns
like-
out he was infected.
He's like, ha ha!
yeah.
Tainted meat!
Yeah.
Tainted meat! He's just laughing his ass off. Yeah. That was... It's been good so far. I started watching all of the Arrowverse shows, like their latest seasons. And I watched them all leading up to Crisis. And Crisis makes a little more sense.
Well, because you already had watched it, right?
I watched
Like by
Crisis.
itself.
Yeah, I watched it by itself. So now I'm just watching all of the episodes.
Right.
I watched all the episodes leading up to them. So I was watching Batwoman, and Batwoman is not that bad.
Yeah, I just can't deal with Ruby Rose.
Yeah, Ruby Rose is a horrible actress.
Like she just is. I mean,
The story.
So is she like actually bad, or are you guys just being a douche?
no, she
No.
just like she's not. I have a hard time believing her in anything because she's just so emotionless, deadpan. just
What
like,
made
blah,
her
blah,
famous
blah,
in the
blah,
first
blah.
place?
Orange is the New Black.
It wasn't that.
Well,
No,
she was
I
she was
remember-
a model, I think,
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, and then that was like a big moment where it was like, oh, she's getting into acting.
I think she
right?
was also like in like a Dior commercial or something like that.
Yeah.
She's
I'd
just a
I'd
super-
never heard of her until Orange is the New
She's
Black.
just a
though.
super gorgeous person, and that got her into.
Yeah,
and
like,
she's a lesbian, so
she-
it got her into.
To me, she has as much personality as what's a bucket plays Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Well, yeah, like that's the thing is that like
Don't talk shit on
I'm
ScarJo.
sorry. Like
ScarJo.
I'm not excited about Black Widow, and it's just because Scarlett Johansson is really kind of meh to me.
so like her voice projects the feelings that she wants to portray, but her face doesn't.
Yeah.
Like her face is just like she just has Botox, and so she could be mad as fuck.
I'm so upset.
Exactly, no emotion, but I mean the other actors around her are really good.
So it kind of just
Like-
shines a shitty light
Like
on
her face matches the voice of what's her bucket? Twilight chick.
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
Like put those together, that's a full person.
yeah. Not a very entertaining.
Not
person.
an
No,
exciting
no.
one, but like those match.
And the story is really good. Like I really like the story behind it. But yeah, it's not great, but it's watchable for me. It's been watchable.
I tried to do a co-stream with our friend Kyrie because we were both going to accept donations to Write Love on Our Arms, which is like a nonprofit to help people with like anything like anxiety, depression, all that sort of stuff.
Just
And-
mental illness in general.
My computer was having issues, so it didn't really go as planned for me, but because of that, I decided that all of my streams the rest of this month, because this is kind of Suicide Prevention Day was the 10th and the month is September, so I'm just going to stream and take donations for that. And I just wanted to shout out some people who have done that. My friend Joe Ringo gave me $10, my buddy Colby 10, and then my friend Gunnar Marble sent $50 to
Holy
me.
shit.
So my goal was $200 and I'm at 80 right now. So
Nice.
I will have, I guess I can post links on the page. And,
Yeah, you should.
if you want to, my streaming schedule is kind of not
Sporadic.
permanent. It's very sporadic because of my work, but yeah, it's twitch.tv/opticalbeard, and you can donate directly to me and I'll give it to them, or you can donate on the link. But yeah, I just told them that if they'd made a donation over $5, I'd shout them out. So
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Cool. That's very well appreciated, I'm sure.
oh yeah.
So now it's time for a segment of
Watcha Playin? Watcha Playin?
Watcha Playin. This segment is where we go around and talk about the games we're playing, what we think about them, if we like them or not. So, Angela, what you playing?
I'm still holding on to Animal Crossing. I'm
so sad. It's such a sad way of
I
framing it.
know.
well. It feels like
Running out of
You're the
things
only
to do.
one.
no, like nothing's changed. I guess I'm playing a lot of Fall Guys. It's still really fun. I played Undertale again for the second time, and it's even more fun than the first time I played it. I highly recommend it. I also started what's considered to be the sequel of Undertale. It's Deltarune, the first chapter. It's free on Nintendo Switch right now. And I started watching Hunter x Hunter.
Don't fucking say it.
You mean Hunter x
Don't-
Hunter?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Should we do a ceremony where I pass the mantle?
No shit. God damn it.
And it's really, really good. Like, not your typical shonen.
It is.
It's very mature. It's got good writing, good art style, great comedy.
Fantastic animation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of the best animation that I've seen in really any anime.
So it's called Hunter x Hunter. Is that like a joke from somewhere,
No, like
or is that just you?
no. In the title, it has.
Well, yeah,
Hunter
yeah.
x
I've
Hunter.
seen it on like Funimation, but
So, the spaces in all of the titles of the episodes, instead of spaces, it's X's. So it's just Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically like, so Evangelion was a deconstruction of the mecha genre of anime. Hunter x Hunter is a deconstruction of the shonen, like the power fantasies and shit. Like, whereas Goku is like, you know, he's always had some kind of advantage over his enemies, like his people that he's fighting. But we don't really see that. We see like a slight progression every episode until we eventually see like, oh, he's, you know, turning into Super Saiyan 77. You know, like that's kind of what his thing is. Gon in Hunter x Hunter doesn't really have anything like that at all.
Well, and like, it's super deceiving too, because you see like, there's this upbeat opening music, and there's like these little kids, and you're like, oh yeah, like this is just like your typical shonen, like they're just gonna like progressively get stronger. No, it's like really, really dark, and it.
And
like,
then Hisoka shows up, and it's like, oh god, the room is darker.
Yeah. It's just a really good anime, and I highly recommend it to pretty much everyone.
Well, not only that, but it's not just a matter of like who's strongest. It's a matter of like, how can I actually win this fight? How can I
outsmart
my
Out-hunt.
opponent? Like Gon usually just goes into most battles thinking that he can just brute force it, and then gets his fucking dick kicked in, and then after that he like has to actually figure out how to go about it, and it's like 50-50 on whether or not he actually wins the battle or not. Like he's at the point now where it's like really only like 50 to 50% that he wins any of his battles at all.
are these
So-
like sanctioned battles, or is it like kind of like in, you know, in My Hero where they fight in the stadium, or is it just like people just
yeah.
So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
It's-
there's tournament arcs and everything, kind of like there is in My Hero, but there's also other stuff like that too.
and it's not like lengthy arcs either. Like there's no like real filler episodes. There's catch-up episodes every now and then.
what about mayonnaise episodes?
That too, yes.
And
I like how Nick looked at me when he did that. Like,
Approval?
All right.
Approval?
Dad joke?
You're both in the running for mantle.
it's like a fucking
well,
STD. Everyone's getting it right now. Yeah, it's one of those things where in about a week or two we're gonna look at each other and we're gonna wonder why we do this to each other, or why we do this to ourselves. Because Hunter x Hunter is exactly like Berserk, and the mangaka that writes this shit just likes to go off for years and just doesn't
And
give
play
us
idle
anything.
games.
Like the last chapter that we have of Hunter x Hunter is I think it's 390 something, and that was January of last year. So we're coming up on 2 years with no update at all of Hunter x Hunter.
That's crazy.
And Berserk we get like maybe 3 chapters a year, so it's like really, really hard to find good shit.
But it's it's a really easy watch, and that's like why I'm almost done. And like, I don't know.
And Hisoka is like, he's basically just what's his name from Final Fantasy VI? Kefka.
Oh.
He's just crazy clown, like super psychotic. You never know what he's gonna do. He's super unpredictable, like unpredictable. Like there's no way you can tell what he's gonna be able to do. And he's incredibly
eccentric.
Eccentric. He's fucked up. But yeah, it's really good, and it's like she said, it's on Funimation, so it's definitely a must watch. For sure.
Right.
So everybody go watch Hunter x Hunter.
Just as persistent too.
If you say that to another anime fan, they will give you the weirdest look ever.
They're like, yeah, I bet the only anime that you've seen is My Hero Academia, right?
I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion
Right?
With Asuka.
So I
with
quit.
Asuka. Yeah.
And we
She brought that up. That was
I know.
none of us.
I know.
So all of us are now in the running.
So Nick, it's your turn now. Let's just move on here.
You better.
It's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, that's true. You're right. My bad.
Neon Genesis Televangelists.
Neon Genesis.
Okay,
Neon-
but if you ask our Lord and Savior Robin Williams, it's Evangelion.
He said Evangelion, or he said Evangelion
He said Evangelion.
in a really, really weird movie called 1 Hour Photo.
Oh right, I
Ooh,
forgot about
yeah.
that. movie.
Yeah, so he actually, there's a scene where he's giving the kid a model of the mass-produced Evas in End of Evangelion. So the white
Right.
Evangelions with the fucking
Yeah.
wings. Yep. He's like, oh, Neon Genesis Evangelion. That sounds weird. And then hands it to the kid.
So
Well, I
like,
mean, it's
so
like-
the intent
it's-
is for him not to know what it
Yeah,
is.
because he's
Okay.
like this creepy.
Well,
weird-
and it's
Yeah.
also weird. Like, Evangelion is based off of the word evangelize. So it's like, I
mean,
get
it's-
why they're saying
it makes sense
but-
why an American would say it that way.
Yeah. I get it. I just fucking
I get it. I just don't accept it.
I just hate everybody that says that.
Nick, what you playing?
I am playing, obviously, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
I
that game is
am
fucking rad.
almost done with the first Tony Hawk game. I'm on, what is it, Street? No. I think I beat the Streets. I might still be on the Streets, and then I have Roswell left. And then I've cleared the first Tony Hawk game. Really, really easy to get those 1,000,000-point trophies. Like,
Yeah, dude.
incredibly easy.
How did you do it?
So, there are created parks. There's
Yeah,
this
you
park-
son of
yeah,
a bitch.
yeah.
That's how you did
So-
it.
so their parks are in the game made by the developers. Like, there's a game called Grind Coaster where you just go on this series of rails and you hold triangle and you just like go up this roller coaster.
I did. I played that one.
Yeah.
That one's pretty dope. It's
And
just
that-
a giant rail, and when you go up the rail, it just goes click, click, click.
you're like
click, click,
kissing-
click,
you're kissing-
So every
you're
time
kissing
you're
the
doing
rail.
it, you're getting another multiplier to
yeah,
your score.
yeah, and then you can turn left or right or whatever.
So by the end of it, it's like you've got a score of like 300,000, or no, it's like you've got a score of like what 50,000, but it's times by like 350 something.
And then somebody had made a park by themselves. It's basically just a bunch of like ramps stuck together, and then at the corner it goes in a circle, and at the corner there's rails. So if you just grind on that for like a couple minutes and then jump off, like you can easily get like a 10 million point.
Do you
combo.
get the Do you
Wow.
get the trophy if you have cheats on?
No?
I was wondering about
Yeah,
that.
no. You have to do it.
Because I know that
that's-
they give you so on your like your score sheet, your record sheet that anybody can go and look at, like they have your high score with mods and you have your high score without mods. And so
Yeah.
I was wondering if how the trophy is incorporated.
Actually, I don't know. I know that a lot of the trophies you get in the game, like, say that you can't have, like, cheats on or whatever. But I haven't looked at those. But I've been playing that. I've been getting back into GTA Online because any PS4 user that logs on every month, they are giving you $1 million in game until the release of GTA on PS5. So I'm just, like, getting all my
Cashing
shit
in the
going.
millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on when the casino came out, there's a heist called the casino heist where you rob the casino basically, and there's like all this prep work that you have to do, and so I'm working on that because I'm just curious as to how much you walk away with after you rob the fucking casino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been like buying fucking airplanes in that game because they're just like handing out money, and I'm having fun with that. I came across it's a newer battle royale game called Spellbreak that's really fun.
Okay.
Basically, you just start out as a mage, and then you have your chosen gauntlet, which you've got like electricity or toxicity, pyromancy, and then you can grab another gauntlet while you're in the game, and you can, like, for example, you can throw a toxic cloud out, and then you can light it on fire. And it will,
okay.
like, envelop whoever's inside of it.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, I won my first game playing that by myself, so that's actually been really enjoyable. I'm still trying to get through Ghost of Tsushima because after everything's come out, that game's kind of just sat to the side
Took a
for a
back
second.
seat.
Yeah.
Phil?
And then, of course, Valorant. That game has just got a vice grip on my balls, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying every second of it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. D-Rock Friel?
So I am still playing WoW, of course.
Of course.
Doing
Wow, of course.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So right now, since we're getting towards the end of the expansion, it like now is one of my favorite times because I'm not worried about getting anything done. Like I've already pretty much got everything done that I wanted to. Like I've gone all the way through the heroic versions of the current raids, which, I mean, sometimes I start getting into mythic progression, but I don't know, this time I just didn't really bother. So I'm kind of just going back through and doing all the achievement shit and, all the extras and getting, all these different pets and mounts and toys and all the different things. So that's been fun. So I've been doing that. Been playing a pretty good amount of Fall Guys. And that's really about it at the moment.
Cool. I need to get back on Fall Guys.
I have such a fucking blast.
I played it for like 20 minutes today, and I got eliminated, and I was just like, we're done.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like Cass Pie Hero, she's like, oh, it's so frustrating, but it's so fun. Like, I don't find it frustrating at all. Like, I mean, sometimes I'll bomb out in that first qualifier, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm so fucking stupid, and then I'll just keep playing. Like, it's still fun. Like, even when I'm losing and getting my shit kicked in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in more of the mindset of you.
Yeah.
Cole gets really upset.
Oh, I do
I get explosively angry.
Like,
I'm like,
he throws
fuck this
the
game,
controller.
fuck the people that make it, fuck all 59 of the other people in this lobby. Fuck this game.
I will get that way with most games. Like, if you ever go and like watch me like play Valorant, and I'm just getting I'll get killed like 3 rounds in a row, and I'll just be like, this game's fucking stupid. Just like, fuck you, dude.
Fuck this game
And it
so
was like
much.
a legitimate headshot. I'm just like, fuck you, you piece of shit. Like, I just get
Hacks.
fucking...
I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Aimbot!
I hope
Aimbot!
you get mouth cancer.
Sounds like me whenever I bonk my head. I'm like, I look at whatever hit my head, I'm like, fuck you.
Say something.
Fucking do something.
Cool.
God, what am I playing? I finally platinumed FF7, which was fantastic. I don't know if I said that on the other episode, but if I did, then fuck you, you're hearing it again. I platinumed FF7 Remake, which was insanely hard. Like, when I beat Sephiroth, like, no one had health. I was out of MP. I was like, it's literally now or never. Like, I'm not going to, like, dude, I stayed up. I got home one day and I was like, I'm platting this game like today, right? I got all the way, chapter 18 or not 18, it was chapter 17 is insane. There's like 4 boss fights. That's the one that you have, you fight the swordfish, You fight the you fight Genova. You fight Rufus. You fight the heavy gunner with Barrett and Aerith.
Was Rufus at least challenging?
No.
Okay.
He's a. I didn't know at first, but he's a gimmick fight. All you have to do is hit him with Braver.
Yeah, no, that's...
You hit him with Braver
I did that
and he's
in,
staggered.
like, the normal version of the game, too.
It took me forever because Darkstar was kicking my ass. Like, his canine.
Oh, yeah.
He was kicking my ass. But after you beat the simulations, which is probably the hardest part of the entire... Like, of all of the trophies, it's called the Top Secrets. It's
I've heard of them.
It's you have to fight all the summons in one go on hard mode, and once it gets to Leviathan, it's like this is really hard. And then right after that is the hardest fight in the entire game, which is Bahamut. And then after that is a really easy fight, but so easy to die to. So it's like if you die, then you get sent all the way back. But I found a really good guide on it and how to do it, and eventually persevered through it. But yeah, Chapter 17 was hard, man, because in hard mode, they don't give you... There's no way to give you MP, except for smashing boxes. And, you know, if you smash a box, there's only like a certain percentage on whether or not you're going to get any MP out of it. Sephiroth, man, holy shit. Just absolutely warped me. And that day, I was like, I'm going to plat this game today. I couldn't. Like, I got all the way to the end. Dude, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I had not gone to bed yet. So I worked my 12-hour shift the night prior, came home, and then immediately just jumped right into it and kept, just plugging away at this game. Because it was taking me that long to beat the rest of it. And I just got so pissed at Sephiroth, I was just like, I'm fucking done. And just went to bed, woke up, and then beat it first try. So,
nice.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's probably, like, top 3 hardest platinums I've ever gotten. Like, that game really kicks your ass. Unless you're a psychopath and you, like, know every single piece of materia and, like all this shit. Well, I mean, like, I do, but it's not, like... I'm not, like, good at it.
Yeah.
Like, that game was the first time that I felt like, okay, you're getting older... and you might not be as good at video games as you know, like your skill is slowly deteriorating from now on. Like, you know what I mean? And that's terrifying. After that, I was like, man, I don't have anything I really want to play. I started jumping back. I jumped back into Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I will tell you right now, that game does not hold up. Dude, there are some... If you are not playing on Veteran and getting your ass kicked by some random fucko that's, like, just a pixel, you can't even see how far away they are. Like, if you're not playing on Veteran getting sniped by those fuckheads, those levels are literally 10 minutes long. 10 to 15 minutes long. That is a 3-hour campaign. I'm not even kidding you. That's how... Dude, I'm on Veteran... I'm not the greatest Call of Duty player. I usually just, go, die, and then eventually, like, progress a little bit, and then die, and, like, repeat the process. And eventually I'm just, like, my whole mood with video games, or my whole, like, process is just beating my head against the wall until I eventually find out how to do it, Yeah. And I'm more than halfway done with that game. I have 2 hours of playtime.
That's wild.
Dude, Modern Warfare 2 does not hold up. And I will tell you, though, that, like, playing that, the airport level, whoa.
Yeah, that's a trip to go back to.
Whoa. Did you play Modern Warfare 2?
No.
So, that game came out in 2009, right? Or is it 2010?
I think it was 2010.
I think I was in 9th grade, so it was 2009.
Oh.
There is a level... where you are playing as... So you are an American agent, but you're undercover as a Russian... terrorist.
Okay.
You go through a airport in Russia and you commit mass murder.
No, so I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean...
November 10th, 2009.
The only war-centered games that I ever played were, like, the Medal of Honors from back in the day.
Yeah, those were dope.
Those were dope.
I would only recommend Modern Warfare 1.
Yeah.
And they remastered it. You can get it on PS4 for like $20. Fantastic video game.
Oh yeah.
Way, way, way better than Modern Warfare 2. I think Modern Warfare 3 is better than Modern Warfare 2, and I kind of hope that we get the remaster for
See,
that too.
and then the campaign. I loved the campaign originally, like when that game first came out, and then 2 is probably my favorite multiplayer of all time. But we're never gonna see that on remastered.
I super disagree with you. I hated
Really?
that game. Like, I remember finishing the campaign back then and was like, oh god, it's over already? Like, you know, and then so being disappointed with that and then jumping into the multiplayer, which was nothing but the is it called the ARC gun? Do you know what I'm talking about? So it's not the SCAR, it's not the M4, it's not the M16, but it's like the other one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know the
It's
name
the
of
one
it,
that you
but-
have during the Blizzard mission. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's that machine gun. So it was either that one, which was deadly accurate and was stupid hard to get away from, or you were akimbo shotguns. Like, I hate to be so, like, detrimental towards it, because I know everyone really loves that game. I hate it. I hate Modern Warfare 2.
I love the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer too, though.
And, you know, I of course, I could just be wrong, but I think it's really weird that I loved every single, including to this day, I loved every single multiplayer. I still found a way to have fun. I never had fun in 2. I don't know what it was. I just never had fun in 2.
Well, I mean, you are wrong, but I mean,
Well.
it's okay.
It's subjective.
We watched a good movie this weekend.
Oh, we watched a fantastic movie yesterday. Or no, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. Gerald's Game
Oh,
on
okay.
Netflix.
Oh, I've heard that's
Dude.
really good.
Holy shit. The curveball that they throw you halfway through that movie. Have you seen that shit? Or you
I
read the
have
book,
not.
huh?
Yeah, I have not seen the movie.
So you like the certain individual that shows up in the halfway movie? Or halfway through that book, I'm gonna guess. It's the same
Uh-huh.
structure. Dude, I was torn the hell up. I was like, what is this movie even about anymore? And then the even crazier curveball thrown at the end of the movie where I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I'll have to check that out.
Oh,
It's a really faithful adaptation,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. From
Okay.
like people like we have this guy on Netflix that we really like to watch, Chris Stuckman. He did a review.
On Netflix?
No, on Gerald's Game. He did a review of Gerald's Game.
You
You said that he's on Netflix.
Oh, he's on YouTube. Sorry.
it was like
I was like, do they do review things on Netflix? Where the fuck have I been?
He was telling me because he's a huge Stephen King nut, and
Uh-huh.
he said that it's like a really good
Nice.
adaptation of it.
Good, that's cool.
And then we got all the news about Mario, and I was like, God, I really just want to play Mario right now. So I threw in Mario Odyssey. Holy hell. Like, of the same quality that Breath of the Wild is. Like, just a Mario game. That game is so much fun. Mario handles
Yeah.
like a dream. The music is fantastic. Like,
See,
the worlds are super gorgeous and just fun as hell to explore.
I really liked that game. I had a lot of fun with it. Honestly, I don't know if I like it more than Luigi's Mansion though.
Really.
I really enjoyed that game. I actually lent it to my girlfriend and her daughter because like it's just a blast. I think.
Yeah.
You know?
I have yet to play Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
But I know that it's really good.
Oh, it's super fun.
I mean,
And, like,
Angela had she was going balls to the wall with that game.
oh yeah, and it was really fun too because when my daughter and I were finishing it, you know, we were we were taking turns on the final boss because like you know she would fail and then I would fail and we didn't want to look it up.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, okay, so we're sitting there trying to like work out the mechanics of it like as we went and so we got further and further each time and it was a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've just kind of come to the conclusion that everyone else has, and this year like really sucks, and it's not going to get any better.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good chance it's going to get worse, and especially come November time.
Mhm.
So I just have been trying to focus on things that make me happy. Whereas Angela is watching Hunter x Hunter, I'm reading Hunter x Hunter, so I'm going the obvious expensive route with it. But it's really good so far. I'm not that far into it. I'm only on volume 5. But yeah, Mario's great, and I think I'm going to play Bloodborne
Nice.
and platinum that. So that's where I'm at right now until Mario comes out next week. So
Right.
Cool.
who knows?
What about you, Eddie?
Well, playing a few things, as always.
Have you gotten any Maximuses lately?
This last week I skunked out. No
Oh,
Maximus.
what?
No Maximus.
Oh.
Wow.
I skunked out. The week before I got 3 in the week, but this last week I got nothing, and
Ouch.
my heart and ego were both very hurt.
Not a 1.
I kept coming close. Like every single time I'm in the top 10,
Mhm.
and then like at my luckiest I was top 3, but I never made it.
It smells like bitch in here.
Well, we do have 3 female dogs in
Yeah, so that's probably what
Thanks
you're
for
doing.
just thanks for ruining my joke.
Smells like
I
bitch.
can't do anything.
Just go read some more Hunter x Hunter, okay?
here.
No Maximuses. So of course I'm still playing Tetris 99. I'm also playing Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Which I need to borrow that from somebody. If anybody got a hard copy of that.
I didn't.
No.
I haven't even bought it yet.
I'm playing Avengers.
It's only 40
You
bucks.
bought it?
No, Weird bought
Yeah,
it.
but I only have like
Oh.
no bucks.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard that game is a hot steaming sack of shit.
See, the beginning, like when it's
Mechanically,
linear,
at least.
it's great. It's a great game. It's awesome. But the moment that it jumps into like the Destiny stuff, because it's literally just like Nick said, it's a Destiny reskin. You know, it just kind of loses it a little. But I've got Weird Sense to play with, and you know, one of his buddies.
I only played as much of the beta as I could, and I did like playing as the super fan. Like
Kamala Khan,
she's really fun to play as.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
And I have seen some shit about this game. Like, it, honest to God, somebody said that it was like the most buggy AAA game they've ever seen, and I'm like, holy shit!
I haven't
seen
run into
some
any
shit
bugs.
where
I
it's
mean,
like,
all I've seen is people saying it's okay, it's not great.
Yeah,
like
and that's
straight, dude, like
literally how I
straight
feel.
up like audio just totally skipping. Like the whole game just is running fine,
Wow.
but then it's like Captain America's like, let's go over here, but it's let's like it's fucked.
What is
up.
it, boy?
Yeah, like I've seen some fucking between that and like Iron Man's weird discombobulated head just flying out of nowhere and just appearing. Like, dude, I've seen some shit about this game.
I haven't run into any bugs.
I hope not.
It'd be kind of fun to look
I guess
those
you
up
didn't
and
spend
see
it.
what we
Yeah.
find.
But I mean, it's fun. Like when you're playing with people, it's fun. It's just like Destiny. If you have people to play with, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But if you're just playing by yourself or with like a bunch of randos, it loses a lot of the fun.
I did hear that the story was actually really
The
good.
story is actually really fun, and I really like what they're doing. And
Most of the problems, it seems like it stems from besides the mechanical part, is the end game shit.
yeah,
Where you're like going out, like, isn't it called like operations or something like that?
Mhm.
I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it's fun.
They don't really have substance.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like
Yeah,
beat up these, generic looking robots.
yeah. That's pretty much what it is. But it's fun for the most part. I enjoy it when I'm playing with Weird and friends and stuff. So it's not that bad. I'm playing Modern Warfare. I'm still trying to platinum and Damascus all the guns. I am also trying to platinum Sleeping Dogs.
How's that?
That game holds up. I love that game. I forgot how much I loved that game.
Korean, right?
Like
Hong
Chinese.
Kong. Yeah.
Chinese characters.
Yeah, it was supposed to be True Crime Hong Kong.
That's right. Yep.
Oh my god, you want to talk about fun fucking games, dude? The true crime games.
They're so
Holy
much
shit.
fun, dude.
Somewhere in my house, I have the case for True Crime Streets of LA, but there's no game in it.
Oh,
And I also have a Time Splitters case.
oh, that's
no game
right.
in it.
Nice.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs, so much fun. I really love the story in that game.
Yeah.
The story in that game is probably one of my favorites as far as gaming is concerned. So if you haven't played Sleeping Dogs, you should play it
Because it's remastered
yeah,
on the next-gen console.
it was remastered. It's so, and it still looks really nice
Yeah.
for it being a 2017 remaster.
Really?
Yeah, it's still a really nice game. My youngest son, he came up to me, he goes, "Dad, what are you playing?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's called Sleeping Dogs." He goes, "Oh, I thought it was GTA, but it looks better." So,
Shots fired.
you know.
Boom.
Yeah, come over and watch me play GTA on my PC.
What else am I playing? Whenever I get to it, I play some Fall Guys, and
Hell yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we need to squad up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna try and platinum Tony Hawk.
I think so.
I'm probably gonna be working on it too.
I want to actually, like, if you're, busy for it, let me know. Too busy for the game, but I actually kind of want to go back and play the second South Park again. I
Yeah.
want to do another playthrough of that.
I
platinumed it already way back, but like,
Play it on the Switch.
well, I mean, I own the game. I'm just letting Eddie borrow it.
Oh.
So,
I'll probably play that tonight, actually.
but yeah, I do. I want to go through and play that one again, just because, I mean, it's just like watching an episode of the show, like how fun it is just for all of the ridiculous references and jokes and like. So I totally want to play it again because I went back through and played the first one again, platinumed it, and just all of the fun I had doing that. I was like, God, I need to do the second one again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll throw it on today, and depending on how I feel while I'm playing it,
Yeah,
I'll shoot it back to you.
sweet.
Well, that concludes our one of them. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for holding it down with us while we do our bi-weekly news schedule and our news Saturday time slot. We appreciate you guys being patient with us and sticking through with us. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcore Podcast.
You can shoot us an email at nerdcourtpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search the Nerd Corporation and look out for our green NC logo.
And if you want to shoot the shit with us some more, subscribe to our Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdcorppodcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to bonus episodes and Snyder cuts. We'd like to thank our nerd corporate backers, Anna Turkel, Jake Hurst, Glenn the Simp, and Fillmore McLaurin. Our nerd financial investors, Miss Marie and Kim Nichols, and our chief nerd financier, Misty Anderson. If you can't make a monthly commitment, consider supporting us on PayPal. PayPal.me/nerdcourtpodcast. We want to have the best loot, best equipment, best merch, and best everything to give you the best nerdy experience.
Best!
We're the best!
Around!
No one's gonna get you down.
Jesus, that was like 3 references already.
So for the Nerd Corporation, my name is Eddie Lyon.
I'm Cole Simper.
I'm Tepid Nudes.
And I'm Tits McGee.
And I'm Angela Wooden.
Keep it nerdy, y'all. Nick Lewis is on vacation. He's on his